Have you ever been asked a question so simple that you almost felt embarrassed for not answering right away? That happened to me one afternoon when I stopped to buy lunch. I had my wallet in my hand. My card was already out. I was prepared. At least I believed I was prepared. The cashier scanned my sandwich, my bottle of water, and the chocolate bar I had added at the last second. Then she looked up and asked, "Cash or card?" That was it. Two very ordinary words, cash or card. I knew what cash meant. I knew what card meant. There was absolutely nothing difficult about the question. And yet, for one strange little moment, my brain decided to turn it into an English exam. Should I say my card? Should I say I want to pay by card? Should I tell her it was a debit card? Did she need to know that? Was one word enough? Meanwhile, the cashier was still looking at me. She was not being impatient. She was not judging me. She was simply waiting for an answer. But when you're nervous, 2 seconds can feel surprisingly long. I could sense the people standing behind me, and suddenly I felt responsible for the entire line. So I smiled and said, "Card, please." The cashier nodded, "Perfect." And just like that, the moment was over. No confusion, no awkward explanation. No one laughed. The line continued moving, and the world somehow survived my 2 second delay. Later, I kept thinking about that tiny conversation. Not because anything bad had happened. Nothing bad had happened. I remembered it because it showed me how easily we can make simple English feel complicated. The question was easy. My answer was easy. The difficult part was everything happening inside my head. Maybe you know that feeling. Someone asks you something ordinary, and before you answer, your mind starts checking everything. Is my grammar correct? Is this the natural word? Will my pronunciation sound strange? Should I use a complete sentence while you're searching for the perfect answer? The other person is simply waiting for a normal one. That is one of the most useful things I have learned about everyday English. Most people are not waiting for perfect English. They are waiting for a clear answer. When a cashier asks cash or card, you can simply say, "Card, please." Let's say it together. Card, please. That answer is short, polite, and completely natural. You can also say cash, please. Say it with me. Cash, please. When you're using your debit card, you can say debit, please. And when you're using a credit card, you can say credit, please. Let's try all four together. Card, please. Cash, please. Debit, please. Credit, please. That is all you need. You do not have to explain your entire payment plan. You do not have to say, "I would like to complete this purchase using my credit card." That sentence is technically correct. It is also a little dramatic for a sandwich and a bottle of water. In real life, people usually keep it simple. Sometimes they say card, sometimes they say debit, sometimes they just hold up the card and say this one. English in real life is often much shorter than English in our heads. Now imagine that you're standing at the counter with me. The cashier looks up and asks, "Cash or card?" You answer, "Card, please." Let's try another one. Cash or card? Debit, please. And one more. Cash or card? I'll pay with cash. Good. Now let's make it sound relaxed. The cashier asks, "Cash or card?" You smile and say, "Card, please." That is the whole conversation. You did not need a perfect sentence. You only needed an answer. There is something comforting about that. We often believe confidence means speaking quickly, knowing every word, and never making a mistake. But real confidence can be much smaller. Sometimes confidence is simply answering before your mind has time to make the situation frightening. It is saying, "Card, please," and allowing that to be enough. The next time someone asks you, cash or card, notice what happens inside your head. You may feel the urge to translate. You may start building a longer sentence. You may wonder whether your answer sounds natural. When that happens, take a breath. Choose one simple answer and let the conversation continue. Card, please. Cash, please. Debit, please. Or credit, please. Small conversations may not look impressive. No one gives you a certificate after paying for lunch, but these moments matter. Every time you understand a question and respond naturally, English becomes a little less distant, a little less like something you study, and a little more like something that belongs to you. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. Keep going, keep speaking, and I'll see you on the trail.